This is a HeadGum podcast.
Hello and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I'm Tim.
Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom, I'm in the midst of a glow-up.
I apologize for not noticing. We're in the same room for the first time in a few weeks, which is nice. Although the room's very hot.
It's very hot. It's very small.
Yeah.
And you haven't noticed that I'm in the midst of a glow-up.
What is the? I'm looking you up and down like a real creep. And I'm not noticing what I'm supposed to be noticing.
For the past 3 days, I haven't had multiple cookies after dinner. I've had one cookie after dinner.
Tim, this is so weird that we can talk about this because I am in the middle of literally the same exact thing.
A glow up?
Well, I don't refer to it as that, but just like not eating from dinner until I go to bed, just nibbling on, nonsense because
freaking Cheez-Its and cheddar bunnies and
Cheez-Its. I don't have cheddar bunnies, but I got some other like cheese type snack.
Got it.
It's like a healthy one, but like
they say it's healthy.
How healthy
and guess
could
what?
it possibly be?
Yeah, and it costs $8.99 instead of $5.99 like the Cheez-Its.
It tastes a quarter as good.
Yeah, and it's got like 90% of all the bad stuff that Cheez-Its have.
Yeah. Just
Might
go
as well
with
eat
the
the
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its, people.
This podcast is brought to you by Cheez-Its. Just eat the Cheez-Its.
Just eat the damn Cheez-Its.
Put the healthy shit back on the shelf. Just eat the
It's
Cheez-Its.
not healthy. None of it's healthy. So eat the goddamn Cheez-Its for once in your life.
But it's very weird that we're both in the middle of this at the
Glow
same
up,
time.
yeah.
It's not a glow up, Tim.
It is, Tom.
It's just trying to take doing the bare minimum to take care of yourself.
Yeah, to not take so many years off your life.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of research into elderly people and their regrets. And
I hope this is an in-person research. Tim, you've been told to stay away from that nursing home.
no, don't you think showing up at an old folks home and being like, tell me about your regrets, people would be knocking down my door.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Like Beatlemania, which all of them witnessed firsthand.
Right.
As full-grown adults, they were all like, oh, these children are going nuts for the Beatles. I don't understand it.
Some of their regrets might be not getting into Beatlemania.
Yeah. No, but a lot of the, you could Google about regrets that the old people have. Because I turned 40, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be an old person with regrets, so I wanted to, stay motivated.
And were some of the regrets eating cookies constantly after dinner?
No, I was afraid, it would be like, I always should have had an extra cookie, right?
What kind of cookie are we talking? Are you talking like a Mrs. Field cookie cake?
Me?
Yeah.
That I'm eating?
Yeah.
No,
you
I'm
limit
eating
yourself to just one cookie cake?
Pepperidge Farm, but one of the big guys.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not like a single Milano.
I've been having ice pops after dinner.
Oh, that's just
40 calories.
just sugar and water. You're doing better than I.
Yeah.
Tom, I never thought I'd say this. Your glow up is going more swimmingly.
Well,
even
look,
than
Tim,
mine.
the glow ups aren't a competition, but
We should have some sort of glow up competition. But they say things like
we'll have a big pageant at the end.
Tim and Tom present the glow up pageant.
We'll invite all of our friends. We'll have a formal wear and swimwear section.
Yeah, we should.
I could juggle during the talent section.
Tom, you better watch out. I am becoming a pretty good juggler
Oh,
myself.
is this part of your glow up?
that actually is going a little bit more successfully than eating healthy.
Just one cookie. But you were talking about regrets.
Oh, the old people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's all the standard stuff. And I think it's like, don't neglect your family for work and stuff. And when I had kids, I didn't see them grow up and stuff. Like catch in the cradle situation.
Yeah.
So I'm working hard not to have that happen. Luckily, I'm very lazy, so playing peekaboo with a baby is a lot easier than doing work.
I thought you were going to say playing cat in the cradle and on repeat in your home to remind you to pay attention to your son.
You know what? Now that I think of it, and my dad, wonderful dad, I did hear Cats in the Cradle a lot as a kid. He was a Harry Chapin fan.
Mm-hmm.
But was it just to like remind him to like
maybe
pay attention to your son? I know he sucks, but like pay attention to him. I'll regret it one day if I don't play with him, even though he's just putting on puppet shows and shit.
every day, come home from work, put that on, listen to it once all the way through, and then
put me to bed.
but it's 5:30. Get to bed.
We listened to Cats in the Cradle today together, and that's enough. No, the one regret, or these old people, and mostly men, are always regretful of the one that got away.
Oh yeah,
that's messed up.
Why is
That's
that
a messed up phrase. The one that got away, like they escaped,
like a fish.
Yes, like she was in my clutches, and I let her escape.
Well, I think, I mean, it is, kind of like a dumb phrase, but I think
built a cage, but the lock was easily picked.
But I think all those the one that got away situation is different. Like, there are some cases where it's like, I was an asshole and I worked too much and I ignored her.
Then use a different phrase.
Yeah, the one I screwed everything up with.
Yeah, the person I drove away. The one that got away just seems like, come on, man.
It's supposed to be like a little bit fun. Relax. You just want to go to this old
tell me
folks
to
home,
relax.
Old folks home and cancel all these old people on their deathbed.
I would like that.
Tim, these old people, they don't actually know what that means. You could go in there with just a stamp that says cancel, and just stamp them in the forehead, and you probably kill them right then and there.
Yell at them about pronoun uses till they cry. I don't understand.
This man canceled me, and now I'm done. Get out of the old folks' home.
But stay in the old folks' home. You're canceled.
But yeah, I'm sure a lot of like, the one that got away. It's like the one that didn't like you, and there's nothing you could have done differently.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And like then when you say they got away, I mean, it's like you were
like I should have gotten them pregnant and trapped them.
Yeah. Should have shackled their legs.
I should have just gone to their father and insisted that they marry me. Yeah.
Tom, what are we doing this week?
Tim, this week we're solving some problems.
Yeah, and not some problems, some regrets that some old folks have. Yeah. They're too far gone. Sorry. Your problems unsolvable at this point.
Unfortunately, every week, Tim, I have to throw out a mailbag full of regrets from old people.
Yeah.
They're like, tell me how to get my love back from the late 1930s. Yeah. She died in the early 90s.
Yeah, but first she got away.
But tell me how to get her back. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure every single person's problem we solve today is going to die on their deathbed a happy person with absolutely no regrets.
Exactly. Tom, this is Tim and Tom Solve Your Problems. Should we put music in there? Oh, you're going to edit this week, so there's no music playing right now, right? All right, Tom. This first problem, look, this gentleman didn't say don't use my name.
Okay.
But let's use a fake name.
Yeah, I say we default to fake names unless somebody says you can use my real name.
All right.
Henry.
Punky Brewster man, are you?
Was Henry a character in Punky
Henry was the guy that would...
I know.
Punky.
Oh, Punky.
Oh, Punky.
You mean the commissioner from the Police Academy movies?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Commandant Lassard.
I think that was, I think he was Commandant Lassard. I forget who, I think that might have been the other guy, the guy nobody liked.
Move it,
that guy.
Yeah. Anyway, nobody could possibly know.
Right, if only there was a place to go to, but that movie hasn't played in theaters in years.
So Henry writes, Dear Tim and Tom, I've been a fan of your podcast. I'm going to leave in all the praise at the top.
You know, it even add some more in if there's not enough.
Yeah, I've been a fan of your podcast since I first listened to the episode called Tea, as I was trying to learn everything there was to know about tea. By the time my rage caused by 23 minutes of Tom discussing Batman and some kind of hot apple water subsided.
What?
Yeah, you discussed hot apple water on our tea episode. I was smitten with you both.
I wonder if in this person's quest for knowledge about tea, we were the first stop or the last stop. It's like, well, I've read every book in the library. Time to look online.
Yeah. Well, joke's on you, Henry.
Yeah.
We're dumb. On to the problem. The other person I'm smitten with, my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
We have been dating about a year. I just turned 30 2 days after Tim.
After Tim turned what?
Well,
Because if he
I
turned
guess 10 years and 2 days after I turned 30.
Yeah.
And she's a little bit older than me, but not nearly as old as Tom. That's a
Okay.
good burn. I plan to propose soon, marriage, Tom, as there are some circumstances ongoing, terminally ill family members that we would like to have present at our wedding.
Yeah. Ticking clock.
Yeah. Tom, try to treat these people with a little bit more.
I mean, I'm trying to summarize.
Yeah,
things.
okay. Well, try to do it with a little bit more care next time. So, do I actually need to get her parents' permission? I feel like I should, but it seems antiquated and silly. Do I march in there and say, I'm marrying your daughter, tough cookies? I get along with both of her parents, but I'm a nervous wreck. Did Tim go through this rigmarole? And then he said, you don't have to add this part if it's too long. Guess what, Henry? We're adding it. Part 2. Also, she says she doesn't care if I ask with a piece of string tied in a knot, and I don't need to make a big deal out of it. But I suspect this is a trap. I'm a woodworker as a hobby. This guy's got skills. And I was going to take her out in a wooden rowboat I made to make my proposal, but then I feel like she might feel trapped. Not actually. I assume she can swim. Any advice?
Yeah,
thank
learn
you,
if
Henry.
the woman you're going to marry can swim or not.
Yeah. I mean, not everybody's a former lifeguard, Tom.
No, but I mean, I feel like that comes up in conversation.
Maybe they live in freaking...
Then why is this guy making boats out of wood if they're in
That's
a
true.
landlocked
That's
place?
true. Yeah, there must be at least like a lake, right?
Yeah. And I guess he's never taken her out on this boat before?
Yeah. I mean, maybe she doesn't even know he's a woodworker if he doesn't know that she's a champion swimmer.
Well, maybe he just finished woodworking this boat.
Yeah.
I mean, making a boat, first, some unsolicited advice first. Take the boat out for a test drive before you take her in it to
I
propose.
think he knows what he's doing, Tom. I
I don't know if he does. He doesn't know if his girlfriend can swim or not.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking
The
either
life jackets on the boat. Come on.
wooden life jackets, Tim. They're both going to sink like logs.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Tom, what do you think about asking a father's permission for his daughter's hand in marriage?
Well, first off, I would say I don't think you have to ask. I think it's like inappropriate to just ask the father nowadays, you know?
Is it?
I think so. I think you should ask both parents. Here's what I think. I agree that I think it's kind of like a stupid and antiquated, like, I need permission.
Well, it comes from, right, like literally, like, will you sign your daughter over to me?
Yeah. How
and
much?
like, what else
How
will
much
you
you gonna
give
give me
Yeah.
for taking
How many
your-
bales of hay?
your daughter off
How
your
many
hands?
goats?
So yeah, that's where it comes from. But I think I still think it's like a nice thing to do, you know?
But why?
Why? Because it's tradition, you know? I think if it's not going to take any skin off your nose,
You know, it was tradition at one point, Tom.
don't say something horrible. I'm going to have to bleep out.
All right. Well, then I had to think of something else to say. Forget it.
But I think like it's fine. I mean, it sounds like he's in a position where he doesn't think either of these people are going to object, like that.
Well, wouldn't you rather find out ahead of time than at the wedding when the, solicit objections?
Yeah, that's true. Plus,
Like, how sure are you, Henry, that neither of them will object?
well, and that's also like a good time to find out from the parents if she has like a crazy twin sister that hasn't been seen in years that like ran off to live in the woods. And
Are you
it's
saying
like,
he should like ask those types of
no, but I
questions
think
proactively?
I think if he asks to marry her, that is going to provide an opportunity for the parents.
By the way, does she have a twin sister a feral twin sister?
Yeah, who might in the middle of the night come and steal your new wife and replace her unbeknownst to you.
With herself?
With herself, yeah.
I think you would know the difference between a lovely swimmer and a
It depends,
feral lady.
It depends on how feral his
and
girlfriend is in the first
regular
place.
Nell.
But I mean, that's when these things can come up. You're inviting.
No, Tom. Nothing of value comes up in that conversation. I can tell you from experience.
Oh well, yeah. Here we go. Here's
It's just
the second part.
just two guys fumbling around like, yeah, that's nice.
Did you end the phone call with "I love you"? I mean, I guess I do, but not that way.
I called him Dad, and then went like, I mean, Dad too, other dad,
Dad as well.
No, I called Tom. Can I tell you what happened when I?
Well, I remember you asked my permission first, which I thought was unnecessary.
Well,
but
she was
nice.
married to you at the time, and
I know, and I told you over my dead body.
yeah. Well, we tried.
It almost came to that.
Yeah. I was going on vacation to Europe.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll propose when I'm in Europe.
A real European vacation situation.
Exactly. Eric Idle, we kept running into him, hitting him with our car.
Literally.
Yeah. And I didn't want to call from Europe.
Yeah,
That
those
would've
long
cost too much
distance
money.
fees would have killed you.
But I couldn't go home to our small apartment.
You wouldn't be able to afford the wedding after that.
I couldn't make the call from our small apartment because
Yeah.
she was there,
Right.
my soon-to-be fiance,
Mm-hmm.
currently wife,
Yeah.
future continuing to be my wife. And so I stayed late at work,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody else new started at work. So I was like, oh, I'll call from an empty office. I'm very nervous about this, and I
Of
want to
course,
be
yeah.
like, completely alone and make this conversation, make this call. And this person was trying to like prove that she was a go-getter, so she just wouldn't leave work.
Well, she saw you were there, and she's like, I gotta.
You can't leave before the boss
I
leaves.
can't leave before the dumbest guy in the office leaves.
the boss, let's say. And so like I wound up like staying like an hour and a half before I was finally like, because I didn't really know where that was.
Yeah.
I was finally like, can you just leave? And I was like really upset.
Yeah.
And also like I think my flight was the next morning, so like
You have
and
to
I
get
hadn't
home
packed.
and pack. Yeah.
Anyway.
This all sounds like you.
Yeah, exactly. Wait until the last minute to call.
And also yelling at somebody for something that's not their fault.
Yeah, they're just trying to like they were doing work. Anyway, I called and it went fine. I just realized there's more to the story, but like I don't need to tell that publicly. It was great. It was nice. And it didn't feel like I was asking permission. It was more like, hey, I know we've only like talked about the Red Sox and the Yankees up until this point. Just making sure that like you're not going to be pissed off about this.
Right.
You know, it's a few years in. He doesn't seem all that pissed off.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that. It's just kind of like a, I don't know, like a heads up.
It's like a nice thing too. Like,
Yeah.
Look, here's the other thing, Henry. You're gonna be these people. They're gonna be more of a part of your life than they have been.
Mm-hmm.
So like, build up a rapport. This is a good way
yeah.
to be like, hey, I don't know. I had never had a conversation with my now father-in-law when my wife wasn't present.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right.
When
I haven't since, to be honest.
when yeah, if that just started like, and from then on, every week I call him and we just talk. We just talk for hours.
I stay late at the office, scream at anybody who also stays late, and then talk for a few hours.
When he first picked up the phone, was he like, "Oh, what happened? Oh my God"?
Yeah, well, no, her mom picked up the phone and she was like, everything okay? And I was like, yeah.
And you were like, put a man on
I
the
was like,
phone.
and she's like, oh,
I have
okay.
one thing to ask.
Yeah.
The man in your home.
It's about bathroom stuff.
I'm very confused about something that's going on, and there's no one else I can talk to about it. Please put your husband on the phone.
Henry, I hope this provided some necessary guidance.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck.
Good luck. Hey, make a wedding ring out of wood.
Nobody wants that.
Well, better than a string.
Well, why don't you just get a ring?
Yeah, I mean, or do that. But I'm just saying, if you're gonna
But
actually
not one of those
do a-
blood diamonds, Henry.
yeah, unless it's actually like a red diamond, that's kind of
That's
cool.
cool, yeah. Oh, like Billy Bob Thornton and
Yeah, a vial of your own blood.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah,
Get her that.
yeah. Look how well that marriage turned out.
I still think those kids are gonna get back together.
What's the next problem, Tim?
Tom, I should mention before this next problem, listeners, if you have a problem, you can email us at thecompleteguidetoeverything@gmail.com. This isn't the only time we'll be solving problems. We solve problems literally every week on this show. Tom, this one comes from... I think I know who this guy is. I think I can say his name.
All right.
Connor.
Okay.
If it's Connor I'm thinking of,
Yes.
it's the guy that's come to several live shows.
Yes, in different countries.
Yeah, and the last live show he came to, I was really drunk afterwards.
Uh-huh.
I told him I
That
was
was
very...
probably true of other live shows.
Yeah,
you
yeah, but
came to.
usually I'm nicer. I was
Uh-huh.
like, this was like, I had anxiety because like it was still like, the pandemic was like coming back.
Oh, right, okay.
And I told him I was very disappointed in the way he like the trajectory of his life.
Wow, Tim.
And I didn't mean it. I was trying to do a bit, and then I realized, like, in the car service home, I was like, man, that was a mean thing I said to that boy as a joke. Anyway, Connor, if you're listening, sorry about that. It was a joke.
I'm remembering. I don't think I was there for this, but I'm remembering. I know why you did that, because he had long hair.
Yeah.
He had long hair since the last time you saw him. So you thought, I'll dress this guy down.
Also, I thought this guy was on a trajectory to like be like an investment banker or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, he's come to multiple live shows
That
over
was
several
your hope.
years.
You thought this guy
We'd have a
was there,
successful guy that freaking...
you could bilk for money.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, I just think it'd be nice. Once in a while, people will be like, they'll write in and mention that they're like a medical doctor. It's like, and you're listening to this show?
Yeah. During surgery? During brain surgery?
It's the only way you can operate?
Wow. Well, I think we should deserve a
Doing
little
your
cut then.
award-winning operations that only you can do?
Do individual operations win awards, Tim?
I think Ben Carson won some awards for some operations. Now we're going to bleep that, I know. Hey, Tim and Tom, I'm sending in a pretty mundane problem that I think you guys might be subject area experts in.
Okay.
During the pandemic lockdowns, I got into VHS collecting.
Okay.
My parents were about to throw out the old VCR, but something told me to rescue it from its fate. Picking up old movie gems from thrift stores has turned out to be tons of fun. I mostly pick up some of the bizarre and fun movies I remember from growing up. Things like Junior, Flubber,
Okay.
The Mask,
Mm-hmm.
and Home Alone's 1 and 2. As someone born in 1996, though, Gen Z just like me, there are lots of movies I'm probably passing over on the shelves of Goodwill that would be absolute gems. Are there any favorites from your movie rental days that you can recommend so I don't miss out on the classics? Which Ernest movies should I be on the lookout for? See you at a live show, Connor. A great man who I think is following his own path in life, and we're all very happy for him.
What Ernest movie?
Anything but Ernest Goes to Africa, right?
A
movie that neither of us has seen, but
Yeah.
we've seen the cover art for, and
seems like problematic.
yeah, Ernest's gonna be more canceled than the gang down at the old folks' home.
I remember really liking Ernest Goes to Jail.
Yeah.
Like, cause
Well,
that
he
was,
played multiple roles in that
He
film.
plays multiple roles in a lot of these films.
I
And he's
know.
a talented actor.
Yeah. Oh, he plays like that drill sergeant guy sometimes.
I like that guy. I like all his characters, to be honest with you. I mean, you can't go wrong picking up any Ernest movie. Even Ernest Goes to Africa, because I bet at least you'll be aghast at some of the things that happen in it. But any Ernest movie, keep an eye out for Ernest Goes to Jail. But the idea of VHS collecting, that's a weird hobby, I feel like.
I think it's a weird hobby for somebody born in 1996.
Yeah, somebody who
where,
wasn't
like,
around for it.
Yeah. I mean, or the tail end of it. But, like,
Yeah.
no, because
No,
a baby.
as a baby, yeah.
My advice, go behind those beads, see what's back there.
Yeah, now you're
See what's
talking.
in that other room. No,
There's some TikTok guy who just posted a video. He built a VHS rental store in his basement.
oh, yeah.
It looks like a rental
Can
store.
people go there?
No, I don't think so. He just posted on TikTok.
It's like a trap.
But he's got
He knocks people out. And,
Listen,
like, they
Tim,
wake up there.
he's
They're
got-
like, you're in 1995 now.
he's got beads with an adult section.
Yeah, of course this creep has
I don't think it's actually adult movies in there though. It's just like, for fun.
adults.
I think he's got like corporate training videos in there, like
Yeah.
weird stuff. I mean, he still jacks off to it.
That's why I went, ugh. That was my assumption. No, I think there's something nice, Tom. Like,
I mean, it's a
when
cheap.
you buy a vinyl record,
Yeah.
it's about the grooves, man.
Yeah.
It's about the intangibleness. There's a feeling there, Tom.
Yeah, but nobody's ever said that about VHS.
VHS, like, I would only watch Look Who's Talking on a VHS. Or 3 Men and a Baby. Ooh, 3 Men and a Baby. See if you can find one that has the ghost in it.
Don't they all have the ghost in it?
Well, the man at Golden Video told me that this was the scariest detail.
Yeah.
So the movie 3 Men and a Baby, they said there was a ghost of a little boy who killed himself or who died in the apartment that they filmed in, and you could see him. But the thing that really sold me on this being like the scariest thing is the guy at the video rental store.
Yeah. Who would know?
Was like, he only appears on some of the copies. So we have a few copies here. People will come back and be like, I didn't see it. And others will be like, I did see it. And sure enough, like, he only haunts certain copies.
Well, then they should mark the copies and let the consumer decide.
Yeah, I know. I think he was trying to get us to, like...
Rent multiple copies.
yeah, like, rent 5 copies of 3 Men
Look,
and a
you're
Baby.
really going to want to rent at least 5 copies to make sure you see the ghost.
And this was the early days of VHS rental, so it's like $12 per
Yeah.
video per night.
It's like, otherwise it would cost you $200 to buy each of these tapes. I mean, I guess it's a good hobby as far as like inexpensive, and like kind of fun to hunt for things, and like
Yeah.
other people aren't collecting, so it's not like things are getting crazy.
Yeah.
I would like to get an old CRT TV again.
Yeah, friend of the show. I think he's friend of the show, in as much as he knows that it exists. Brett White, from currently of Left Handed Radio.
Okay.
A good man. He got a CRTV, TV.
Cathode ray tube.
Cathode. That's not right.
It's a scientific term. Too.
Okay. And he watches old like 90s sitcoms on it. And
Oh,
he's just
nice.
like watching news radio on this thing is like
Yeah.
so much and that's just like straight up nostalgia.
Right.
But it's really nice. I would like to watch.
I know I've seen people who have like retro video game collectors who have gotten them. And they're like, yeah, it's insane. Like, these TVs, old games look so much better because they were designed for these TVs.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't designed to be as crisp. So by kind of like taking away some of the detail, it's almost leaving, it looks more detailed kind of like tricks your eye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I tried playing
they were
Donkey
like
Kong Country
super
on the Switch
bright.
on my TV.
Yeah.
It's just like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This game just has awful graphics.
Yeah, it's just like all pixelated and you can't
Yeah.
really make out what's going on.
Yeah.
Let's get some big, I'm talking like 150-pound TVs.
Yeah. All right, here's the top 3 VHSs you should get.
Mm-hmm.
In descending order. Number 3. I know you said you got Home Alones 1 and 2. If you can track down the original Home Alone that came with the map of the house, a poster of all the traps.
That might be worth money. That
I
might
wish
be
I kept that
tricky
thing.
to
I'd frame
find.
it. Yeah, well, hey, the white whale.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, The Game, starring Michael Douglas. It's not a good movie. I rewatched it recently, but I rented it when it came out on VHS from Blockbuster, and I liked it then. So maybe it has something to do with it.
Mm.
And number 1, I forgot what it was. Tom, you know what it's time for.
More problems.
Yeah, more dang problems. These people are full of them.
You know what they say? More problems, more problems.
More problems, more money for
I
us.
wish.
That's why
Are we
do-
charging these people, Tim?
Yeah, they'll. Oh, Connor, you'll see a bill in the mail.
Yeah. A tithing. Is
Yeah.
that what they call it?
Well, that's what I was hoping. He would he'd become a rich guy, and then be like, 10% goes to Tim and Tom.
All right. What's the next problem?
We should make a tithing tier on Patreon. Tell us your income, and we'll tell you how much you should pay us.
Before taxes, please.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I think Tim and Tom get their cut before Uncle Sam.
Yeah. Jesus. Really?
This is a gentleman.
Okay. Lance.
Hold on, I'm just gonna type this in so I remember to keep calling him.
I'm just going to
Lance.
type in Lance to my computer.
I did. Dear Tim and Tom, long-time listener. Well, that wasn't much of a compliment.
They don't have to be compliments.
But they usually start out with a compliment.
Yeah, well, Tim, you made a mistake reading this one. It wasn't
No,
full of compliments.
Tom, you're gonna love this problem.
Okay.
I have a first world problem I believe you guys might be able to relate to. All of my chargers and charging blocks are a mess.
Oh, boy.
I have many electronics that need to be charged every day or so. iPad, iPhone, earbuds, charging block, laptop, and probably a few more I'm forgetting. All of the cords are different. I'm constantly losing wall chargers. I have to keep track of what's a fast charger and what's not a fast charger. I don't even know what that means. And for some reason,
Well, Tim, use context clues. Figure it out.
one charges faster than the
Yes.
other one? Okay. And for some reason, even my Apple products that seemingly have the same charging port aren't even compatible with each other. Tom, as an Apple shareholder, can
I'm
I
not
complain
an
directly
Apple
to you?
shareholder
Okay.
anymore.
Not to mention charging my wife and son's stuff. Tom,
Wow.
this guy's awash in goddamn chargers.
Yeah.
My question to you two is, how do you solve this issue? Next to my bed is a mess of charging cords and wall chargers that never fit what I need them to. Being functioning adults, I'm sure you have encountered this issue in the past and have solved the issue perfectly. Thanks, Lance. I guess that was, if not sarcastic, a nice compliment.
Yeah, I don't think it was sarcastic. I think he meant every word of it. Well,
Tom, you have more charging cables than the freaking Queen of England.
Well, how many do you think she has?
She probably
Just that big one for her. So next to my bed, I bought a thing. I think it was like $25 on Amazon. And it's great. This is wireless charger for my phone, for my watch, and for my AirPods.
You have to charge your watch?
Yeah.
I wind my watch every day.
You don't wind your
I
watch.
wind my watch.
You don't
Tom.
wear a watch.
It's a nice timepiece.
No, and I have an automatic wristwatch that I wear.
What does that mean?
It winds itself, like a self-winding.
Yeah, and I wind mine.
So I don't have to wind mine. It winds itself.
Well, it's kind of like.
Well, I guess in a way I wind it by moving, but
I don't think you move enough to keep that.
You don't need to move very much at all.
Watch wound.
Just occasional twitches will do it. But having this guy next to my bed, it's great because then the three main things I use every day, that need to be charged in the morning, my phone. My watch, my AirPods, not really, but it's just like a nice bonus that I can throw it on there. So I have that. And then otherwise, look, you're going to have to cull cables, pal. Any of the cables that are no good, you're talking about
you're going to need to do a cable audit.
Yeah. Get rid of the shit that doesn't work well.
It's a slow charger. Who needs it?
Honestly, that's how I've fixed this problem. That I threw a ton of cables out. I still have a lot of cables.
This is how I fixed this problem. I threw a ton of money at it. I just bought more cables.
The thing is,
the top of the line monster cables.
The thing is, you actually don't have to throw that much money at it.
Right.
You can, if this is really if this is the type of problem that's
Lance,
bothering
you can get in high 4 figures.
High 4 figures, you can solve this problem for good. No, but if it's the kind of problem that you're writing in, you're at your wit's end. It sounds like you're maybe verging on a cat's cradle situation here with your son. You're not charging his things.
Right.
You're waking up every morning and he's like, Papa, but is my iPad charged? You have to say, no, son, unfortunately, I plugged into a slow charger. You can go on Amazon or a similar site, and you can just buy a 5 or 10 pack of the case. Because here's the thing. Yeah, not the old cables aren't going to fast charge new shit. But new fast charge cable, those will charge all the old stuff too.
Right.
So you just gotta get rid of the old stuff.
Hey, you know who knows that?
What?
My wife.
What do you mean?
I got a fast charger with my phone.
You said you know what that meant.
Well, now I know. You explained it to me. And, it's and mine's one of the bigger things that charges faster. I always find her phone plugged into it.
Yeah, because it charges
phone.
Fast.
Yeah, get your own fast charger. We're getting a divorce over this.
Wow. Well,
if I can work up the courage and ask your dad if I can divorce her.
Well, Tim, you could just go on Amazon or something, spend $10 probably, and get all the cables you need. Get those. Get some. Look, I probably have them right here.
Wow. This
cable ties.
Ooh, a Velcro cable tie.
Get some cable ties.
Hey, get that
while you're
Velcro
on there too.
Mike, Tom.
Huh?
No, you pull it apart.
Oh, hold on.
Do the thing that Velcro. Yeah, that's what everybody wants to hear. Hell yeah.
You get some of those, and you're in business. Your life straightens itself out after that.
Yeah. I was going to tell him there was nothing to be done. Well, actually, what I do, Tom, I have one charger that charges my phone.
Yeah.
And my AirPods.
Mm-hmm.
And then one charger that charges my computer.
Mm-hmm.
And all my other things broke.
All right. Well, you can try that too.
Yeah.
Just try breaking everything else you own.
Yeah, or just wait for it to break and don't replace it.
Yeah.
Tom, my iPad.
Yeah.
Can I tell you as an Apple shareholder?
I'm not, but go ahead.
It just doesn't turn on anymore.
Okay.
I did the service. I did the support chat. They were no help.
Yeah. You bought it. How old is it? 5 years old, probably?
Probably 3 years old.
It's more than 3 years old.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so 5 years old. So they're not supposed to last 5 years?
No, but it's just, the warranty's up and it's not really.
They're pieces of shit? It's what you're
it's
telling me?
not really worth fixing. Buy a new one.
Tom, you're telling me they're pieces of shit? Oh, a
well,
shareholder,
I am
of course.
an Apple shareholder, Tim. I'm just looking to get that sweet dividend from when you buy another $300 iPad.
Do you think you adequately solved Lance's problem?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough love. It's not the easy solution he might want, but you gotta get rid of some of these cables, man. And that might mean buying some new cables, and then you'll just have a house full of like USB-C and Lightning and like USB Mini or something, the tiny one that isn't in as much stuff anymore, but it is in some stuff.
Is that what my headphones have? The headphones, the noise canceling that we both have?
No, those are USB-C.
Oh.
That's like the same plug for your computer, probably.
No.
Oh, then
we
you've
have
got
different,
older
yeah,
ones.
Okay. And if you live in Europe, pretty soon it's all going to be like the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
they're going to make everything USB-C, but not the old things.
Lance,
they're not going to come into your house and rip the plugs out.
In all seriousness,
I don't know how Europe works. Maybe they will.
In all seriousness, my advice is simplify your life. Don't just audit your chargers and get rid of stuff. Audit all the things that you have that need charging. Do you need them in your life?
Sounds like it. Sounds like he charges them every day.
Can't you just wake up and wind your watch, listen to a vinyl record, and watch Fern Gully on VHS?
All right.
Weren't those simpler times?
Thanks for your problem, Lance. Good luck. Next question.
Why are you trying to get rid of Lance? Tom, you put a thing in the... you compiled these questions.
Yeah, I didn't
One of
really
them wasn't
read
a
them, though.
question at all.
Oh, okay. Then don't
It's just
read
a
it.
guy saying stuff.
All right, then don't read it. Read another
Thanks for
one.
the email, Joe. I don't see why you wrote in, but...
Well, I don't know why I put it in there, Tim.
Tom, this one comes from somebody from Brisbane, Australia.
Okay. Well, good day, mate.
No. I need a name for him. What's a good Australian name?
Kangaroo Jack.
Kangaroo Jack. We'll just call him Jack.
Yeah.
What are you looking at over there?
I'm looking at the problems.
Okay.
Because you told me about, you criticized me, said I put something in there that wasn't a problem.
It wasn't a criticism. It was just an honest statement.
Well, it could have waited for after the show.
You always yell at me in the post-show debrief.
Tim, told you you're not supposed to discuss the post-show.
You mouthed off to me again.
Told you not to mention the post-show debrief during the show.
Dear Tim and Tom, I have a problem that has been concerning me for some time. From Jack.
I've come to the right place.
Imagine you are walking down the street or in a shopping center. I believe you call them malls.
Mm-hmm.
And someone is walking in the opposite direction on the same line. Obviously, one of you has to change course slightly so you don't bang into one another. This happens to me often. The problem is that it always occurs that I and the person walking towards me change in the same direction. Then we often both change again, but again in the same direction. Often this can happen multiple times.
This person's life's a living hell.
From casual observance, this occurs to me much more than other people. All right, sorry. This guy does a lot of walking, I think.
Yeah.
This has resulted in some
Like not enough, though.
This has resulted in some interesting situations. In one case, a nice lady laughed. She's not old. I assume she was old. In one case, a nice lady laughed and thanked me for the dance, which put a smile on my face.
Okay.
This guy, Jack, is whimsical. In another not so great exchange, an old man told me to fuck off, weirdo.
Fuck off, weirdo.
This letter is tickling me, Tom. My question is, how do I avoid these situations? Should I wear a shirt that says "You go left" or something to that effect? But then the question is, my left.
Well, I'm seeing it. It has an arrow. Yeah.
Thank you in advance for your help. Yep, here's the compliment at the end. I prefer them at the beginning, though. I love your show, and it has got me through some tough times. Kind regards, Jack.
For example, all the times I've walked into people.
For example, the time an old man told me to fuck off, weirdo.
I mean, if that came just completely, I'm imagining in my head that like this is after the woman thanked him for the dance, and he then was like, "Oh, I'll use that line on somebody," and said to some old man, "Oh, thank you for the dance. Fuck off, weirdo."
I also picture him using that line, but like as they're like. You know, in each other's way, him going like, la da 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 dee, da 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 doo, da 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 da. Thank you for the dance, sir.
I
Tom,
mean,
am I correct? It happens to everybody all the time.
not all the time, but yeah, I mean, it happens to a lot of people. I feel like it happens less in New York because people walk more confidently.
Tom, that used to be the case. Now everybody's on their goddamn phones all the time.
Well, that's a different issue.
Yeah,
that's not people moving the same way.
I intentionally hit a man with my umbrella today because he was
texting
and walking and like walking down the middle of the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And like I had to squeeze by, so like it was raining, and I just like hit him in the face with my umbrella because like I would have otherwise had to like move it like wildly out of the way.
Yeah. Well, and also because he wanted to hit him.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't look up when the wet umbrella hit him in the face.
Well, then I guess everybody wins in this case.
One time, like 20 years ago, a guy was walking down, walking in Union Square. Like taking up the whole sidewalk.
Yeah, and he was on his iPhone. Sure, Tim. 20 years ago.
No, he was reading freaking like Atlas Shrugged, and like not looking up and just barreling through everybody. And like, of course, that's what you're fucking reading.
Yeah, don't walk and read a book for God's sake.
But a book about how like only care about yourself.
But to my point about people in New York walking confidently. Buddy, when you decide a way, if you decide you're going to go right or left, stick to it. And the hell with whoever your opponent is. Make them move.
One time in college, I was walking down the street, and a businessman was coming my way. And we were like, open street, West Village. Nobody else was around. And we did this, and I went left. Mm-hmm. And he went
his right.
Mm-hmm. And he went, move to the right when passing people. And he was such a stickler. And I was just like, we're not driving cars. But then I was like, well, we probably should adhere to car rules.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I feel like this actually does happen when we're overseas more because people go to the left there instead of the right.
Yeah.
And I don't do that. So I walk into people a lot. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. In Australia, they drive on the left side of the road, right?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Well, Jack, you figure out what side of the road people in your country drive on, and that's the way you should go.
Yeah.
And then stick with it. Even you play chicken. Even if you're going to walk right into somebody, you don't flinch. And
you can't do that. You can't do that.
You walk into enough people, word will get out.
Tom, in Australia, they'll freaking kill you.
Word will get out, and people will start getting out of your way. Or just wear a shirt that says "out of my way, pal."
Yeah, then
and
people...
don't move at all.
Yeah,
just keep walking straight.
I mean, if you were doing that, like that thing where cyclists, that fact that like cyclists are bolder, if they're going to break the law, or pull a dangerous move, in car traffic. They're more likely to do it if they make eye contact with the driver of the car.
That makes sense because it's like, oh, this guy sees what I'm doing. He'll stop.
Exactly. Like this guy doesn't want to kill me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some drivers are just like, I don't care.
Or I do want to kill you.
I'm mad at everything all the time. Modern life is terrifying and terrible.
Man, this guy almost, when I was crossing the street earlier today, almost took me out. He was driving one of those one-wheel things. He was flying.
What's a one-wheel thing?
The wheel that goes like in between your legs.
Again,
and you
context
stand on.
clues, Tim. You can figure that out.
So
maybe a unicycle, I guess. Was it a unicycle?
No, it's the one you stand on.
Right, like a
he was
hoverboard
going
thing.
so freaking fast, like, and it was like a chunky. It wasn't like I don't know. He had like some performance thing, blew right through, and I was like, He had a helmet on at least, but I was just watching this guy thinking like this guy's going like 30 miles an hour on this thing. He's got nowhere to go. You can't brake on that thing.
Right.
Anyway, that's not what this.
Yeah,
problem
I've
was.
taken to yelling at people that don't follow traffic laws. Being a dad's weird. So many times I'll go out for like a nice relaxing walk, and then like 20 minutes I'll scream like, "Red light, asshole!"
I'll kill you.
like 15 times. Yeah, I think Jack, wear a shirt that says "Out of my way, weirdo," and make eye contact.
Yeah.
So it's like we know what's happening. You know, "Out of my way" implies I'm going.
If
I'll
you're
go in
making
a
eye
straight line.
contact too, you can. I don't know if we're going to be able to communicate this through audio, but you can do this.
Now, what you're doing is slightly turning your head to your right, to your left, and raising your left eyebrow a little bit.
I'm making eye contact with you, and then I'm like looking over there, like you go that way.
Right.
Yeah.
My right.
I'm giving you the sign. You go.
I would
I'll go
think-
this way. You go that way.
Well, no, see,
Well, you can't do. I'll go this way unless you say it out loud.
yeah.
I mean, that's another solution possibly. You
Yeah.
just say, "I'll go this way. You go that way."
Yeah. Or you can like try to start a movement, right? Always go right.
Unless
Like,
in
if-
Australia, if everybody drives on the left side of the road.
Yeah, but like Brisbane, Australia, people are gonna start seeing, it's a whole full scale. They're gonna see billboards.
Yeah.
There's
Out
gonna
of my
be,
way, asshole.
No. It'll say
Oh.
you go left. Well, hey,
We'll
it'll be
all
like,
go left.
let's all go left, Brisbane, when
Yeah.
you're walking and driving or something.
If that is what we've
Yeah.
already been doing.
Yeah, we can do some mock-ups for you, Jack.
Yeah, we'll do some research to find out what side that everybody drives on.
All right. Oh, did you hear that sound, Tom? You know what that means.
I didn't hear anything.
Well, you're editing, right? You'll put a sound in there?
yeah.
Nah, you're not going to put a sound in there.
What does the sound mean?
It means it's time for the last letter of the week.
Oh, okay.
Let me just pull it up. I lost it. Hold on, we might have to cut this part out.
Yeah, I'll edit this part out.
Okay, Tom, this is a long one. Do we want to do a long one?
Sure.
It's the only
we
other
got,
one we
like,
have.
10 minutes.
Okay. Pew, pew, pew. Hey, Tim and Tom. Happy 40th to you, Tim. Thank you. By the way, I'm 31 and listened to the entire podcast episode. Did I say something during that episode, like telling young people to sound off if they listen to the whole episode?
Yeah.
All right, because we got a lot of like feedback. Like, I listened to that whole
You
episode.
always ask people to like sound off about things, and
Tom,
then like
it's
later,
for engagement.
but then later in the week, you'll complain to me. You're like, why are so many people emailing us about asking about my suit or whatever, or asking about my glow up or whatever it is you ask people to sound off about.
It's from a lady, Tom.
Okay.
Please keep me anonymous if possible.
Let's call her Lacey.
Lacey?
Yeah,
Oh, after who?
Lady Lacey,
There.
Cagney and Lacey.
There you go. I'm a longtime fan of the podcast. Yeah. However, I never thought I would have to write in because my life is usually incredibly normal and boring.
Mm-hmm.
That was until recently, when my boyfriend and I got engaged on our 10-year anniversary. That's nice, right? One of our closest friends, she in fact was a housemate with my fiance at uni. I think that's university, Tom, where we all met. One of our closest friends has not taken our news the way I'd expected. She stopped speaking to me for a month, and after I messaged her asking if she was okay, she said that she was having a difficult time processing that we were getting married. I always knew that she didn't agree with weddings and knew she wouldn't be as excited as other friends might be, but I still thought she'd be somewhat happy for me. She then one day soon after called my fiance whilst I was at work and asked him why he had changed his mind about marriage and why he now wanted to get married. We both thought that was an inappropriate question, but assumed it was just her way of processing things. These people who don't agree with...
I'm going to hold all comments.
All right. Then a month or so later, we all met up for lunch to hang out. I gave her our wedding invite, in which she didn't open in front of us and just said, I think I know what this is, in an off way. My fiance went home early, and so I was left chatting with our friend, and she just bursted out like word vomit that she thinks that my fiance wants to marry me for the wrong reasons, like on The Bachelor, Tom, that he believes in polyamory relationships, and that she has often seen him wearing her favorite color whenever we all meet up. That last part's crazy.
I'm going to keep my comments to myself.
As you can imagine, this took me completely by surprise and left me speechless. I thanked her for being honest with me. Good job thanking her. and for
That'll teach her.
talking to me, and she left to go home. I obviously approached this with my fiance, who is also blindsided by this. I broke up with him for wearing our friend's favorite color. No, I obviously approached this with my fiance, who is also blindsided by this information, and was actually quite hurt and confused. He immediately texted her, and it led to our friend getting angry and saying that she doesn't want to talk to him anymore. She also messaged me saying, just so you know, I'm not talking to my fiance right now. She texted... Lacey saying, just so you know, I'm not talking to Lacey's fiance right now.
But still talking to Lacey, apparently.
I guess so.
All right.
Lacey thanked her for all that.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, I'm kind of stunned by this. She has been one of my closest friends for over 10 years from when we met at university, and I never imagined our friendship to change so drastically, especially over something so trivial. I have not spoken to her since I'm a bit hurt and angry. She's not RSVP'd to our wedding, but I bizarrely think she might still come, even after all of this. Should I message her asking her not to come? Is she in love with my fiancé? I have no idea why else she would be behaving like this. Sadly, I've learned from this that one of my closest friends might not be as good a friend as I thought she was. Also, we're in our 30s. We shouldn't be thinking someone fancies us just because they're wearing your favorite color on an item of clothing. Would really appreciate your advice on this unusual situation. Best wishes, Lacey.
I mean, what Lacey has to do is get this person to also stop talking to her. She's halfway there. This person stopped talking to the fiance, and now you just have to get her to stop talking to you. That's bonkers. That's insane. She's either in love with your fiance or just like a gigantic asshole.
You say fiance.
Fiance. That's the way the French say it.
You say fiance, fiance, or fiance. It's what I say.
Well, it sounds like Beyonce.
Yeah, it was just cool.
But yeah, right? It's either she's in love with your fiance or she's just like an asshole.
Well, Tom, here's the thing.
Or both.
You ever read like the Am I the Asshole?
Yeah. I love it.
On Reddit. Mm-hmm. And like anytime there's something like with a marriage.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my husband does this or my wife does this. Immediately, like the first like 1,500 comments are all like, that's a toxic relationship. You need to get a divorce right away. And it's just like, I think these are people. I think these are like 14-year-olds who are just like a little too online. So I hesitate to be like, there's obviously a reason.
But sometimes those Am I the Assholes, it's like, this is a toxic marriage and you need to get a divorce.
I know. But also, we know this one thing, right? Like, they might have all been living on a commune together, Tom.
Yeah, they might have all been living on the edge together.
Yeah, and this person thought they were all going to get group married in a big ceremony.
Yeah.
And then these two go off.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not going to do the group ceremony. So we don't know all the context.
I mean, that's the thing. There's that tantalizing clue about polyamory that is like a big like, oh, wait, why?
Can we pull that thread for a little bit?
Yeah, why is that what she brought up? Like, because you wouldn't be, if you're not interested in somebody else, you wouldn't care if it was like, but you used to say you were going to be polyamorous or that you were asexual or aromantic or whatever. It's like, all right, well, now I changed my mind and now I'm going to do this. Like, you don't have any skin in that game. If you're not in a relationship with that person, you should be nothing but happy for them that they're doing something they want to do.
Here's the thing. Don't worry. I think this is wrong advice. Don't worry who does and doesn't come to your wedding. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
if your
say.
close family's there, and you want them there, that's cool. But like a wedding's just a party. If this person sucks in a million different ways, like cut her loose. If she's got a weird thing about weddings, which it does, or marriage, she'll have to get over it because people get married.
Yeah.
Look, people like having their look. It's very easy to have make big sweeping generalizations about stuff like marriage or like the way that people live their lives. When like everybody's living the same type of life, and then people like go off and like start doing different things, and it's like, oh well, you have to like grow a little bit, grow up. Which is look, Tom, I just don't want to be the guy. Look, she should get rid of this friend and stop talking to her. But they've been friends for like over a decade.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Tom, you've done that with people, and then you don't gain new friends, and then I just see you dwindle in your friend
group. I'm awash with new friends. I'm beating them off with a stick.
That's one thing you're doing.
Well, it's just
they're not.
Hey,
you know what? They're not your friends, Tom.
Look, it's just this one thing one of my new friends likes me to do. And Tim, like you were saying, you have to be open-minded with new friends. The thing is, you've just kind of got to live your life, and if this person's either gonna like remove themselves from your life, which is sad, but that's you shouldn't change how you're living your life for this person. I mean, it doesn't sound like they're considering that, but either they're gonna remove themselves, or they're gonna come around, or they're gonna become a problem, and then you're gonna have to be like, all right, get the hell out of my life. But I mean, honestly, like you were saying with the wedding thing, the worst that it sounds like this person's gonna do is like come to the wedding and mope and then like dramatically leave. Yeah,
and if that happens, like
then you've got like a ground.
No, what I'm saying is like, if this lady comes to your wedding, she's mopey, immediately just be like, okay, not paying any attention to this person.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be concerned with this and let this person. And along the same lines, if she doesn't come to your wedding, that's cool. And maybe she'll come around someday, and like don't hold it against her that she didn't come to your wedding because she's got weird fucking marriage issues. Who knows what that's from. But like maybe she sucks for a little while and she'll come around, and like don't let this ruin everything if she's gonna be like fine in a couple of years. I don't know, Tom. You and I are very different people. You're very quick to cut people out.
I'm not quick to cut people out, but I just think when
kick people to the curb.
No, I just think when people have like bullshit, like when people are trying to tell you how to live your life, or like telling you that you're living your life wrong, fuck off. Like, what good is that person? I mean, I'm not saying like, if this person comes around and they were like, look, I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. I was going through some shit or whatever, and they apologize, then all right. Water under the bridge. But like, if like months go by and this is going to be their like stated opinion that they're mad that you're getting married to this guy because this guy wears her favorite color, which obviously is an implication of like, no, he likes me, then get this person out of your life.
See, they're why I don't
they're
want to
not
give
gonna
that advice, Tom.
What?
I'm terrified of anybody actually following any advice that we give.
I'm not. Look, if this person's like Like, no, I think your fiance is actually in love with me, so that's why I'm mad that you're getting married.
Maybe
Tell her to next time you next time you see her, wear a shirt that says "Out of my way."
No. Just move to the left.
Move to the left. No, but I mean,
Hey, former uni friend.
there's
move to the left.
there's not a way around that. If she's in love with your fiance and mad that you two are getting married, then she's not your friend.
You're all worked up about this, Tom. I regret reading this.
You got me worked up because you're like, oh, it's fine.
No,
it's fine.
I'm
Maybe you
just
shouldn't
saying-
marry him.
No, I think they should get married, but I also think that like people work through their own issues in different ways. And it doesn't just mean
Yeah, and
fuck them.
I'm telling
God,
her
they should die.
I'm telling her one way to work through this issue is to get real worked up about it. No, I mean, like I said, I think
Again, you're worked up. Oh, you mad? Tom, you mad?
Oh, this person right in just to make me mad. No, I mean, the thing is, here's my honest advice.
No, you've given your honest advice for 15 minutes.
Well, here's my new honest advice. This is her problem, not your problem, and not your fiance's problem.
Right.
I think that's like the reasonable advice, and it's like she can deal with this, and like, you know, if you're hesitant to cut her out of your life, that's fine until she causes problems. Like if she tries to like, you know, create a rift between you and your fiance, or like tries to cause some drama at your wedding or whatever, then I think you're 100% justified to be
definitely.
get out of here.
What I'm saying is like, look, don't be such a hothead like Tom would want you to be, but also don't let this woman like have any effect on your wedding or your enjoyment of your wedding. And like, if she RSVPs, if she doesn't RSVP, who gives a shit? If she RSVPs no and then shows up, don't let her in because she didn't pay.
That's not the way it works.
She didn't pay the ticket fee.
Tim, have you ever worn a color that a potential love interest of yours would
I don't know what anybody's favorite color is.
Do you know what your wife's favorite color is?
I don't know what my wife's favorite color. I don't think my wife
What
has
are
a
you,
favorite.
sick? I don't know what my wife's. You're like a 1950s
Do you know
husband.
what your girlfriend's favorite color
Yeah.
is? Well, for adults, she doesn't have a favorite color.
She has one she prefers.
Yeah, we all have a color we prefer.
It's neon orange.
She looks great in it.
It's the favorite. It's the color she wants a Lamborghini in. No, I mean that's just
Now we're over. Tom,
that's just the most insane thing I've ever heard. The color thing. That's like what a 5-year-old.
I also think like anybody with a favorite color over the age of 5 is come on.
Yeah. You don't have a favorite color? Tan.
What? No, anybody over the age of 10 who has a favorite
I thought
color.
you were saying your favorite color was tan.
It probably is.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I don't have a favorite color. I was trying to think like but it's like, nah, sometimes I like this color, sometimes I like this color.
I think it's
I'm not
stupid
going to
to
name
have-
the colors because I don't want to put that out there.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's stupid to have favorite anythings,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, no, I don't think so. I think it's fine to have favorites.
Yeah, rank everything.
You
It's
have
fine.
you love ranking shit. Half this show is you ranking stuff. You don't have a favorite ice cream, favorite candy bar?
No, I like a lot of them.
Take 5 bars aren't your favorite candy bar?
All right. Well, if the guy from freaking Reese's Hershey's is listening, please send us more Take 5 bars.
If I had a Take 5 at a 3 Musketeers, would you go, I don't care, I don't have a favorite. I'll take whichever.
Actually, Tom, Three Musketeers as a kid was my favorite.
All right. Well, you're not a kid anymore.
I know, and that's
Now
why I
you've
don't
grown
have
up and you
fucking
have-
favorite color or favorite fucking
Candy bar?
candy bar.
All right. Well, you're getting 3 Musketeers from now on.
Great.
If you have a problem you'd like us to solve, you can email us, a completeguidetoeverything@gmail.com. You can check out our website, tcgte.com, for links to our Twitter, our Facebook, our Reddit, our Discord. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Tom Reynolds.
Follow me at your pal Tim. Ooh, you
And-
took our pictures up. That's nice.
Our pictures up? Oh, on our website? Yeah. TC. You can also check out patreon.com/complete guide for our sister podcast.
Yeah, good website, Tom. It's got all the links.
Books, the podcast. This week we are we wrapping up or we're almost wrapping up?
Nah, we still got a couple more weeks.
2001 A Space Odyssey. Tim's reading it. He's loving it. He's tripping balls while he's reading it. He's out of his mind. He's one of these apes throwing bones at the obelisk. Patreon.com/complete guide. You can get all those episodes and all the back episodes and other fun stuff.
All right.
I think we did good work here today, Tim.
I think so too. I mean, you fucking flew a little off the handle at the end there.
I mean, look, somebody's got to get mad for this woman.
What the hell is this?
What?
The Amazon link just goes to buy your book.
Yeah, that's I'll explain.
I gotta pay more attention to the things you do on our website.
Don't worry about the website. All right. We'll see you next week.
That was a HeadGum podcast.